Hey everybody, this is Paul and Leonardo. We're at Aguila's farm, or Oceanside dragon fruit, same thing. And today we're gonna showcase some of their farm, which they've been growing for how many years now?
4 years for the dragon fruit, and we've been here 5 years now. We acquired this property 5 years ago.
And how many plants would you estimate you have now?
It's about 1,200 dragon fruits.
Well, let's go explore the farm and we'll show off some of these amazing dragon fruit here. Oh, I found this super interesting. Look, this was a flower bud, or did it produce the fruit and you cut it?
There's, I didn't see a fruit, but it was a branch going down, so I have to cut it because it's weighing it down.
I like the color red, but it's gonna turn green and turn into a branch.
And this one is sugar dragon.
So definitely an early bloomer as well. And you like to use the pollen, right?
Yes. It's a universal pollinator.
And how many flushes do you usually get on a sugar dragon per year?
Three a year.
3 a year,
Yeah.
huh? Nice.
Do you, the way you do your sugar dragon, do you put it like every fifth plant, or do you have any sort of strategy as far as where you plant
I
them?
just staggered them. I did not think about that before. Whatever plants we have, I just planted it there, and it's not successive though. It's just staggered.
Got it.
Yeah, because we visited some farms and they put every 5th or 7th plant a sugar dragon and they let the bees do the work.
That should work also.
Yeah, that's a good idea, huh?
Yeah. And here again, it's a sugar dragon.
And even with a little bit of yellowing, it doesn't matter.
By sun. Yeah,
Doesn't
from the
care.
sun, yeah.
Little sunburn.
Yeah. And this one here
Oh, this new
is
growth.
a nice Condor.
This is a
Came
really
from,
vigorous.
From Linda.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. One of them best tasting dragon fruit.
So you like
I like
Condor is one of your favorite?
Yes, the color is there's aroma. When you open it, you can smell the aroma, and the taste is good. It's about 18 bricks score.
And it's a pretty good size?
It is, yeah. It could go to like 1.5 pounds.
It's a good size.
It's a good size.
Yeah, I have not tasted a Condor yet.
Oh, you have to come back here then.
I plan on it.
Yeah. And these are American Beauty.
So American Beauty,
Yeah.
another early to start production.
Flowers,
And,
blooms everywhere.
Oh, this one is G2.
And G2.
Yeah, they look alike.
They
It's
do.
just the fruit. I find it the G2. I find it's more rounder than the American Beauty.
And when did you fertilize this season? It's May right now.
March when I started putting fertilizer.
So March.
Yes, and I use organic fertilizer.
And so you recommend March and then monthly?
March after 2 months you put this bud and bloom to initiate the flowering.
Okay, I'm going to look into Bud and Bloom. That's the one fertilizer that you recommend using, correct?
It is very good. It's easy to apply because it's a powder. If you consider that's powder, it's not pelletized, but it's like a powder, and very easy to apply. So these are purple haze. This line, most of them are purple haze. The fruits are purple inside, a little bit pinkish, and it tastes like lychee. And the fruits it could go up to 2 pounds. So it's a very good plant.
And they seem pretty sun tolerant, right?
They are, yeah. They are sun tolerant, and they grew vigorously. And the flower, after the planting 2 years, you can see some fruits.
So 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And so what other varieties besides Purple Haze would you recommend a new grower to get into if they're experiencing dragon fruit besides like white flesh, right?
Yes, most of my plants here are purple because that's the what consumers wants. They want at least 18 brick score, so a little bit sweet. So we have Sugar dragon is small, but it's a very sweet dragon fruit. And then we have a nice tasting physical graffiti.
This is your physical graffiti block?
This is physical graffiti here. They produce at least 20 per plant, 20 to 40 pounds a year.
Wow, really?
Yes, and the taste is very good. It has a little bit acid and sweetness on it. So I like this plant. And it could take heat, and during winter it could take cold.
It's a little more heat tolerant.
Heat
Take
and
the lower
tolerance.
temperatures.
So, in your opinion, Paul, this is one of Paul Thompson's most heat and cold tolerant varieties, seedlings?
Yes, and this is good for commercial growers.
It's the toughest.
And the flavor. I would say physical graffiti is one of my favorite tasting dragon fruit. Something about it is just a nice kind of melony vibe to me. I like it a lot.
Yes, I like this too. And then we have another one. It's Dark Star. It's a very good, vigorous grower also. And the fruits are purple inside, purple place, and it's a big. The vines are big.
So Dark Star gets a little bit larger than some of the other ones, in your opinion or experience.
Yes, and they are thicker, darker, and they flower a lot too.
Vigorous grower.
It gives you an average of 1 pound fruit.
And they're just so happy here in full sun. It's amazing to see how much growth you have this early in the season. It's got to be that soil and your fertilizer that you're using.
It's the soil and the perfect temperature over here.
All right, so we are talking about soil, and Leonardo, obviously when you grow over 1,000 pots of dragon fruit, you can't just go by Fox Farms. So he gets this custom mix delivered. So could you tell us a little bit about it? If I remember, the base mix is sand, right?
Yes, I start with cactus succulent mix. So you can buy this. By cubic yard, and it's about $50 a cubic yard. So I start from this. It's a mixture of pumice, sand, and some compost from a fair grind. And then this is not enough for the dragon fruit mixture. It's not sufficient for the nutrients, and so you have to put some more mixture, like you add some more perlite, peat moss, and some more compost here.
The peat moss is slightly acidic, which is good for the dragon fruit too. They like a little bit lower than 7 pH, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you just need to put less than 10% of peat moss, and then add some more perlite, maybe less than 10% also.
But it looks like you prefer more pumice. I mean, pumice is a key ingredient, and a lot of growers don't use that. It seems like more perlite. But in your opinion, pumice is a great material, growing media?
It is, because it doesn't melt as easy like perlite, and they're larger, and it holds some nutrients like minerals, and it doesn't compact so much. Mm-hmm. So this is very important to add to your mixture.
Awesome.
The best cuttings you can get, or plants you can get, are from the bottom. I believe the reason is the nutrients and the water and are below here, and they get the vine here, the cuttings here will get before going up. And they tend to be longer and stronger.
They're the first ones to eat.
And then they are healthy, and the skin are more smooth.
Yeah, because a lot of people online say, "Oh, when you get branches forming at the base, you pluck them off."
You're saying no. I was doing that, but if you get this, they root faster, they grow faster, and they fruit faster.
That makes total sense. I think that's
no
brilliant.
one bring that up in there's no article about that.
No.
But I noticed that. I think that's why my Robles are like that, because I get it from the base.
So a lot of your
So that's the one reason why they're wider and
those
thicker.
big thick Robles branches over there are all just
from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
From the bottom.
So for now, you just let them go, and
yeah.
those are your favorite cuttings.
All right.
What time of year do you like to pull the cuttings?
This month.
Okay, so you think like over here, are these too young?
Will be, yeah, those are too young. When they're too young like that, don't rush them.
Yeah, so what I hear is you want to wait until there's that kind of that callus over here at the base.
A little bit, and then this one, up half of it is darker green than the top one. You can do that.
So wait until they're darker green on the bottom half.
Yeah, even half.
So you would give these another month or two, you said?
Yeah, but 1 month, those are really, and those are the best one.
That makes sense.
So I did not see any article about that, because I read a lot of about dragon fruit. No one mentioned that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
I think that makes total sense, though.
Because they're wasting it. A lot of people wasting it. They keep cutting. I was doing that before over here, and I told my wife, my son, that we're wasting it. And then those are the strongest plants.
Yeah.
So
that's a great tip.
So I'm very confident those are the best plants you can get from the bottom or below.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
And when you cut your cutting here, then you're wasting, because those are the ones that give you fruits usually on top. These are too much. If they're small like this, definitely you have to remove this.
So remove those really small 2-incher cuttings.
And then you don't see a lot of fruits if you just leave them alone here like that. So again, I noticed also that like Condor, you observe it, right? The other Condor they're shorter branches.
Different size branches.
But the fruits are almost the same.
Almost the same.
Yeah. So this one is American Beauty, and it shows early flower.
Flowers early in the season.
Definitely. Wow.
Yeah, and the fruits are big. It could go to a pound also.
Is that American Beauty up there? The one with the bee up here? This flower open?
Yes, that's American Beauty.
And do you notice that American Beauty is a bit more sensitive to the cold, or in your experience, does it do quite well?
When it's young, yeah, it's very sensitive to cold. But once it's over a year old and more branches, it doesn't affect so much.
Okay. So just that first year, you really want to protect it.
Right.
Yeah, I can smell that flower from here.
And these are physical graffiti. We grew a lot of physical graffiti here. We have about 200 plants.
Wow. And have you noticed any variation in physical graffiti, like the different fruit, or is it all consistent in your opinion? Like, in other words, do you think that there are some different variants of physical graffiti?
Yeah, some of the physical graffiti, their flowers are bigger, and then the fruits are bigger, and then the other one is just a regular flower, but it's about a pound or so fruit. So it's really good for commercial grower. You can see a lot more flowers from physical graffitis, Dark Star, Orihana, and Lisa's.
And they'll just generally wake up a little bit later. Those are Costa-Ricensis, right? So,
yes.
So when does your Lisa usually start to produce?
Maybe next month you will see a lot of flowers coming out.
So around like the summer solstice, June?
Yes, that should be. If you notice this one, the buds are big, and still they get aborted. And I believe because of the temperature swings.
Oh yeah, so these are just gonna fall off here in a few days.
Yeah. But then the other branches will shoot flowers again.
Yeah, how many fruit sets do you get in a season, do you find? Like how many rounds?
I get most of them 3 cycles.
3 cycles?
Yeah. So
okay.
it stretches from May to November, December.
Oh, nice.
So
That's a long growing season.
If it's not 3 cycles, it's not good plant.
Okay.
So you should consider those also.
Okay. That makes sense.
So are there any plants that you've been growing for a while that you just get rid of because they're not productive? Or do you try to save all of them?
I take out some G2s because I got so many, and they are cold sensitive. So I don't plan to plant some more.
If it's not happy, then you might as well just move on to
Right,
stuff that
because
is.
it just take your space.
Right.
And I space my plants 3 feet. It's a high density setup. So this plant is called Zamorano, and it's I believe it's self-pollinating. I don't hand pollinate it, and the fruits just sit by itself.
Really? Do you like the flavor of Zamorano?
It's not so sweet if you're much on sweet area, sweet taste. Then Zamorano is not. It's about 16 or lower 14.
Yeah, it kind of
bricks.
doesn't get higher above 15 or 16 bricks.
No.
It does make a nice red flower bud.
Yeah, but the flesh of the fruit is really nice. It's purple, and it's very attractive.
It looks good, but it doesn't taste as good, huh?
Right.
Got
It needs
it.
to be in like a side dish or a drink or something.
And this one is Asunta.
Asunta?
Yeah, it's late waking up. I'm not sure why the Bruni flowers, but this one didn't flower yet. So maybe June, July.
So this just tends to wake up or produce a little bit later in the season.
Right.
Is this Asunta 3?
That's Asunta tree. Beautiful flowers and fruits also.
Now, I have a question for you, Leonardo. Down here, I noticed that I see very little pests, but you do have a few, it looks like aphids here. What do you do to treat them? What's your method for something like that?
The natural way is bring some ladybugs, and
They just eat them.
yeah, you can buy it from Lowe's Hardware and Garden, and you just release them in the evening, and then you'll notice that the ladybug love to eat this.
Okay, so you add ladybugs, and if you did nothing to this, would the flower abort or the fruit, or will it just keep growing no matter what? And
It will grow, but it will look bad,
Yeah.
ugly.
so it's just really ugly on the exterior.
Right,
Okay.
but the other way you can do that is paintbrush. You just paintbrush, and then you cannot use insecticide or dragon fruit. That's no. So you have to use like paintbrush to clean it up.
Or some people spray it with water, or I hear some people use another strategy is rubbing alcohol, which I've never tried. And then I've tried some neem oil, which is organic, and that will be okay, but it does tend to add a little film to it. So I like the idea of using ladybugs. That seems like a
Ladybugs,
good
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
organic way
yeah.
to treat it. But it's interesting that one flower has it, but I don't see it anywhere else. So it hasn't
Sometimes
really
you
spread.
notice there's some ants that
They bring 'em
farm
over.
it, They
Yeah,
bring
the
it up.
Argentine
but
ants.
I don't see.
I see a few ants here, but
Oh.
they're not spreading it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe there's a couple here.
Yeah, do you ever have any problems with ants at all? Like, do ants give you any?
Yes, but I use organic here. I put, if you notice, there's a bottle there, and it's
Oh, right here.
yeah,
What's that?
Is that boric acid?
boric acid, honey, and sugar and water. Added.
Okay, so you
So-
just make your own kind of ant bait.
Yes, I don't put it directly to the ground or to the potting mix. I just put it in a bottle, if you notice it. So that works also.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
So it's always when you see these aphids, you can see ants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
So-
kind of always farm them and protect them.
They feed off of them.
Yeah, but as I said, I have to repeat it. Don't use insecticide at all, because you eat it and the poison will stay to the vine, and it might absorb. The plant might absorb it, and you eat the fruit. Then it's
Yeah.
not
You're
good.
basically poisoning yourself.
You're gonna absorb it.
Right, that's really great advice. I mean, a lot of people will just spray different things on it really quick without thinking. But you're totally absolutely right, because these plants engage in CAM photosynthesis. And so their stomatas open at night, and that's how the toxins could get into the plant, which will eventually get in the fruit. So that's brilliant. I didn't really think about that. So thanks for sharing that.
So the thing, if you notice, I use lumber without not untreated lumber. So those are the things I follow. No insecticide, no chemicals, no preservative, wood preservative.
Everything organic.
Everything organic.
Nice.
Yes.
Are you? I know they have certifications for organic farms. Are you going to go through the process of doing that?
I did not apply yet. You have to be certified for that.
Okay.
So,
It's a lot of.
It takes a while, huh?
Extent.
It's hard to get. I think you have to grow for a while before you can get that. I think.
I think if you start practicing, even you're not certified yet, if you're practicing, no poison, don't spray the weeds with the chemical with killer, no insecticide, no everything. It will be easy.
Yeah,
to apply.
That makes
because
sense.
You're following
exactly
procedure. Yeah.
It just takes someone probably to come out and inspect, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And lots of paperwork and probably
Yeah, some fees. Yeah,
extra fees,
you're definitely gonna have to pay for that.
state fees.
So this one here, these are Halleys Comet. Halleys, by the way, Halleys Comet is a good plant too.
Haley's Comet. Okay.
Halleys Comet could take cold. It could take heat wave also. So,
And it's an early producer. At least yours is.
Yes,
you already have a successful fruit
next
there.
month. I know that flower. They are prolific producer.
And Haley's Comet, people say online it's similar to like Dark Star and Purple Haze. Would you agree to that, or do you think
It's closer to the color inside, closer to Purple Haze. The Dark Star inside is more dark purple. Inside.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will say they're similar to Purple Haze and Halleys Comet.
What about the flavor wise? Do you think they're similar too, or do you notice a difference?
A little bit different. The break score, I believe, is only 16, 17 for the Halleys Comet.
Okay.
And Purple Haze, it's more maybe
Get
18.
higher.
Yes, 17, 18.
And man, look at these huge flowers that had opened up.
Yeah,
Is this Red Leonardo? Is this one?
This-
This is massive.
yeah, that's Red Leonardo.
So tell us a little bit about Red Leonardo, because
Other
this
than
one,
massive
it
flower.
looks similar to Orahona, but you and I totally are on the same page that it's not. This is different.
It's definitely different plant.
It's a vigorous grower. I notice it will twist more than Orahona. What do you think about the fruit?
The fruit looks terrific. There's like a marking on the pineapple fruit. The pineapple. There's a marking on that, and it just like a scar, but it's nice geometry. So that's the way you differentiate this from Orahona.
So the fruit looks different, and then it's more vigorous. So you can see that it's definitely a rapid grower. You said that this is not that old of a plant, right?
It flowers more.
There's that big bee.
I notice it's like it gives me 4 cycles of fruits or flowers.
So you get an extra cycle.
Yes.
And so your Orahona plants don't have any flower buds, but this,
Not yet.
look at the size of
It's
this.
so big. It's probably the biggest flower I've
And I
seen.
love
for
the shade
dragon
of
fruit.
red here. I mean, that must be at least over 14 inches, at least, I would say.
I would say
Maybe 18 inches,
Yeah.
huge.
it's like
It is.
it's big.
And I'm smelling the scent probably of these flowers,
like
but this one
perfume.
smells a great scent as well.
It smells like good perfume when you come here early in the morning.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. I'm really impressed to this plant. And
So this Red Leonardo, you got it from a backyard grower, did you say?
I got this from a backyard grower, and she said that one parent is Lisa, and she named it Lisa, but it's completely different.
Yeah. Lisa wouldn't have any flower buds this time of year.
Not
right?
yet. It will be next month.
And this one, you'll be eating fruit by the time Lisa starts to flower.
Yeah. And if you notice, it attaches by itself. See this one here? I did not tie it up. It just shoots aerial roots, and it just keep growing. So I have to trim them a little bit so that the vine will be longer and larger.
All right, so Leonardo's gonna explain their new trellis design. As you can see, what I really like about it is that the wood is above the soil. And so, Leo, tell us a little bit about it. It looks like you use these 6-foot posts.
Yes, I use this to anchor the post. I use this setup. If I use the 4x4 piece of lumber, I sandwich it to 2 of this U-line, U posts, and then at least you have to put 4 screws. To
You use 4
it.
screws, 2 posts, and you
Yeah.
make sure that the posts level. Right, so you're gonna level it.
Yes, but before you do that, you have to pound this with a post pounder to anchor it to the ground.
And it goes in what, 18 inches or so, up to about here? 2
Yes,
feet?
about 18-20 inches.
Okay.
It depends to the type of the soil. Sometimes it's soft, so make it deeper.
Uh-huh. And then how wide is this? What's the width?
So the material I use this U-post 2x4 by 8 and 4x4 by 8. And then the 4x4 by 8 you have to divide it in half, so it's 4 feet. And then the 2x4 you divide them in 3, so it's 32 inches for one piece. You need 2 pieces of 2x4 by 8. And I use how many pieces are there? There are 6 of them.
And so then there's zero waste,
Yes,
right? You
yes.
just cut them up and don't have to waste any
Cut
material.
them exactly 32 inches each.
Especially with the price of lumber right now, that's smart. That's good to not waste it.
Yeah, don't waste them. And then you have to use deck screws.
How long are they?
2.5 inch, or you can use 3 inches.
Okay, 2.5 to 3 inch. And then the biggest benefit is having the wooden post above the soil line, so
Yeah.
that way you're not going to get rot.
Right.
And so this will last so much longer.
And you have to use at least 4 deck screws here. 2.5 or 2 inches deck screws. Sandwich to this 4x4.
It's a great design. I like
Yes.
it.
Show us the also in that one down there. You did the cord. How you ran the cord through? Can we look at that?
Oh yeah. And then you have to put so that when the vine goes up here and it shoots some branches, this will help to support the branches.
And I like how you used your rubber hose
Yeah, the rubber hose
to
will
support the
pick up
plant,
that.
so that way
Yeah.
the wire won't break the
Yeah.
branch.
You just need 2 straight line here, and from here to this distance is 7 inches. Same thing the other side, so that it will look neater.
Yeah, it's efficient. It's
Yeah, I
really
like this
efficient
design a lot.
and easy to put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it one person by yourself.
Oh yeah, I did this by myself. That doesn't take so long, and you have to at least you have to use 25-gallon pots using this system.
So 25 gallon is the size of this.
That's
Okay.
the smallest you can use. Don't use 20 or less than 25 gallons.
And how many plants do you put? 4?
I'm planning to put 4 here in each sides, and as you suggested, Paul, I have to put burlap here.
Yeah, I thought maybe wrapping it in burlap would
Yeah.
help a lot, especially around the metal. So during the winter time, you won't get any damage on the plant, younger plants, the younger
Yes,
branches.
and the area roots will attach to it.
Well, I really like this design, so thanks for sharing it with us. And what is this here over here?
Oh, this is the Halleys Comet. All this here,
Wow.
Halleys Comet. The big fruit.
Yeah, it does look similar to Paul Thompson's flowers. I mean, this one, does
What
this
number-
extend out a bit?
Oh, you did not see that yet, or you did not. You're not sure yet whether what S number is it?
Haley's Comet, people say it's related to Paul Thompson's, but it's not a S. It's a different one, people say. So who knows? It could be maybe 6S or something like that. It's definitely not 4S. 4S is skinnier. But some people say that this is a different plant than one of Paul Thompson's. But a lot of people say that the fruit's similar. So I don't know.
I get like two kinds of this Halleys Comet. I got this from a backyard grower, and the other one I got it from Linda. They look different. The one I got from Linda, the branches are wider, thicker than this one.
So you think that there's different Halleys Comets out there?
About two or three. This one is Robles Red, and I believe it will be next month again when they flower a lot, because usually they flower in clusters.
And Robles Red is Orejona and American Beauty, if I recall
Crossed,
correctly,
yeah.
crossed,
Yeah.
produced by Julio Robles at Wallace Ranch.
If you notice, my other cuttings came from here, but because I believe of the soil I use, this if you notice it, they are thicker, they're bigger. See this?
Oh wow!
But they came from the same plant.
All the same plant.
Yes, and look at this.
This is thick.
This. And I keep removing this because I have to remove the bottom one, and they just keep shooting, and it's good because I could get some more plants.
So you would consider Robles Red a very vigorous grower.
Very big.
Look at this thing.
Very, very good. And
Likes a lot of sun too.
when it's time to flower, the flowers clusters. They're close together.
So it will produce a high volume of fruit.
Oh yes. This is a very productive plant.
And you got it from Wallace Ranch.
I got this
Correct.
from Wallace Ranch. I got for the old owner and the new owner. I got the plants from them.
Yeah, this thing's going crazy.
So many new branches.
There's only two farms that have this. It's the Wallace Ranch and here.
in here.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a cutting, but I just got it last year, so it's not this size yet.
Yeah, this thing's going crazy.
Yeah. If you notice, I started from there. It's not really as thick as this because the soil, I guess, and the right watering and the right fertilizer. That's why they're more healthy. They're growing faster. These are from cuttings. These are about 2 years old.
That's it? Wow.
Yes, I planted them directly. I did not start them from 1 gallon. Usually,
Okay,
you
just
start
planted
from
them
1
right
gallon.
into the pot.
Yes.
And it looks like you're using drip irrigation. How do you like using that for your dragon fruit?
Oh yes, you have to when you have over 1,000 plants, and if you notice, there's a pressure regulator over there.
Down here.
You have to, especially when your terrain is not flat, you have to use a pressure regulator. And that pressure regulator is 20 psi. And then you use this black poly.
It's half inch, right?
Yes,
half-inch
half
poly.
inch. And then this is 1/8. This line here that you hook up is 1/8.
And so how often do you water them?
When it's hot, when the summer comes, I water them twice a week, like 5 minutes. This one is 0.09. It gives you 0.09 gallon per minute. So
Okay.
that's like a half gallon. But if it's not too hot, I just water it once a week, but it's still the same. 10
Same
minutes. 10 minutes.
10
So
minutes
that's
on.
10 minutes on.
So you've grown avocado as well. Growing both of these, it's insane the amount of water that you save compared to the two, right?
Yeah, the avocado is like impossible. I could not imagine because when I just acquired this, I was shocked because my farmer said that he watered like 6 hours. That's amount to 350 gallons a week per tree.
Wow. Wow.
And this one here, I use less than a gallon when you count it.
Yeah.
0.09 multiply 10 minutes. That's like less than a gallon, right?
Yeah, I would say about
Per
a gallon
plant.
a week, right? Or
Right.
per plant. So
Yeah.
Water
So-
savings is incredible. And you don't even have to water them in the off season, right? You just turn it like during the winter. Do you water them or no?
I water winter. I water it just to wet the top one. You don't wait until it's bone dry.
Yeah, okay.
If you do that, it affects your plant.
Yeah, okay. So you just
So
give
you-
it a little top watering. What, once a week?
No, it's like every maybe 10 days, 15
Okay.
days.
Okay, twice a month.
During winter time.
Okay, so in your opinion, it's important to give them a little water twice a month or so.
Very important, because what you're preparing, as it says in agriculture, what you're doing now is it for tomorrow or for next year. So you don't neglect the plants because they're still alive. They're still sucking some nutrients and water and nutrients. They still need it. And if you don't water them, winter when it gets so cold, the more easy to get freeze burn.
Yeah, so like before cold weather, I remember reading Paul Thompson's book, and he said if we're getting a nice cold weather, he said it was really important to water the plants right before that cold weather because it would buy you a few degrees
Right.
of damage. So
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's I still come here even winter time. I still come here almost every day just to observe the plants because I invested the last year of my time and of course money also, so I have to come here almost every day.
Yeah, you have a lot of responsibility when you have over 1,000 plants. All right, so thanks so much for visiting here. As you can see, it's just an amazing place to go. No other farm is like it. And Oceanside Dragon Fruit is awesome. So thank you, Leonardo, for your time. If you want to follow them on Oceanside Dragon Fruit on Instagram, correct?
Yes, thank you very much for coming here, Paul and Scott, and it's a pleasure coming here, and I'm very thankful that you visited.
Yeah,
our
thank
farm.
you.
Yeah, I've learned so much from you, and I love being here. So thanks for your time.
Yeah, you have a very amazing and professional operation. It's impressive.
Oh, thank you. Please come back here, and anytime you just call us, and any time of the day or any days you can come here. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your kids.
Cool.
So they could see this place. It's a small operation, and we have only 1,200 plants, dragon fruit plants, but hopefully we could expand more. And my goal this year or next year we could double the size of the.
So you're going to
dragon
double
fruit.
in the next year or two.
Yes.
Awesome.
And the USDA is helping us here mainly for the avocados, and they like the way I set it up also, because they want plant efficient, water efficient plant that we grow, because water is getting expensive. So
Yeah.
that's why we're trying to convert it to dragon fruit plantation. And again, thank you for coming here.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Give us a like and a subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Take care.